Alright guys, welcome back to another video. This is week 8 of my training plan, and now we are officially over halfway. This is day 46, I think, of the 90 days. Yeah, so we're over halfway on the home straight. Made some pretty decent gains so far already, so we'll see where we get to by the end of it. But today, we got a 2-hour session, and this is what it looks like. Alright, so it's a tough one. Because that's the zone one stuff in the middle there. Then we've got 8 minutes at 227, 6 at 268, and then 4 minutes of 310 watts. That's the big one, which is going to be very, very tough. And then a minute of 373, sorry, which is probably achievable. Not sure after that though. That is going to be a real tough one to crack. I haven't done a 2-hour session in a few weeks now because before I wasn't really enjoying them. But a 2-hour session every once in a while is definitely going to make some big gains. So that is what I'm doing today. Yeah, I've got a rest day tomorrow. Very thankful for that. Right, 2 hours. Starts now. Here we go. The first proper interval. It's going to be 8 minutes, 225 watts. So, nice tempo pace there. So the warm-up was pretty tricky. Ended up finishing at 320 watts, I think. Which is, I don't know, 5.5 watts a kilo. Anyway, here we go. About to go into the first proper block. 30 watts more than I was doing just before. It's not a drastic change, but still some change. Coming up to the first really hard effort here. It's going to be 6 minutes of 270 watts. Not really looking forward to it. It's going to be a toughie. I'm going to get my last drink in, and I'm going to give it my best shot. Zwift here. 1,074 meters of climbing. It's a good addition to the what's it called, Everest challenge to get the Tron bike. What are we going to unlock though? If you didn't know, at the top of every ascent you get to unlock a special item. I've already unlocked the wheels, so yeah, there you go, just gloves. I don't know, 10 XP or something. Anyway, a minute until the toughest interval of the lot. Here we go. 25 seconds to go now until the interval. 4 minutes of 310 watts, so that's about 6.2 watts a kilo. It's going to be a real hard one. Not particularly looking forward to it. There it is, right there. For the last 40 minutes, I'm just going to turn around again, get as far back up the Alp as I can to get that elevation. So about the 4-minute one, I made it, got that golden yellow Zwift star, but it was super tough. I was struggling all the way to the end. Anyway, here we go into the 1-minute one. I had a session with these 1-minute blocks last week, so it's going to be similar to that. The 1-minute effort is down, and here's just a 20-second sprint at the same wattage. Here we go. 1,500 meters of climbing. Ooh, it's been a really long one, really long session. It's going to be 5 minutes cool down at around 105 watts probably. Oh, how much I'm craving that recovery. This has been so tough. You know you're struggling when you can barely hold 195 watts. Oh, level 18. I unlocked some sort of kit pad there. And there we go, there's the end of the ride. It's been such a tough one. I was struggling to hold the 195 recovery watts by the end. Oh, that was hard. Pretty good power graphs there. As you can see, in there I dropped it off a little bit just to maximize the recovery a little bit. Average power of 200 watts. Gotta remember when 200 is my FTP. Yeah, critical power, that's what it looks like. So close, not that close actually. Yeah, so I'll catch you for Wednesday's recovery ride or pre-race ride. See you then. You guys are pretty lucky you don't get smell through the camera, because these stink like absolute. Alright guys, today is Wednesday. We've got an hour pre-race ride to do. Tomorrow is the last round of the British Cycling U Series, round 7. I'm guessing it's Yorkshire. I think that's the course. I hope it's Yorkshire because I really like the Yorkshire course. So let's get changed. Let's get into some cycling gear. What we're going to do today is mainly the blue, which is the zone 1 stuff, and then a couple of surges, some light surges into zone 2, which is always good fun. So, then we've also got a couple of sprints at the end, but that's nothing to worry about. So, let's go. 215 watts, and then back down to the 185. Then repeating that, then a couple of sprints. Higher pace effort, higher wattage effort, 335 watts for 20 seconds. I'm going to try and not sprint it out because that makes it too easy. I'm going to try and stay in a relatively conserved position, not out the saddle or anything, just on the tops and try and push that wattage. So it's going to be an extra 15 watts. Just going to squeeze a little bit of a harder sprint out at the end here. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that because I'm racing tomorrow. Anyway, who knows. End of the ride pretty much. Just got a 5-minute cool down. I'm going to enjoy that. And then we'll have a look at the post-ride stats. There we go, coming to the end of the ride now. Just 18 seconds to the end. I'm feeling pretty good. Pre-race day, it's going to be the last of the British cycling rounds until the talent tour at the end of May. I'm going to give that a go. Anyway, so we've rounded up a pretty solid 885 meters of climbing. Yeah, pretty decent paragraph there. I mean, it wasn't a hard ride, so I'm feeling pretty good pre-race. Yeah, so I'll catch you for Saturday's training. I'll see you then. Alright guys, welcome back to another day of training. Today is Saturday, and we've got a pretty big session, probably one of the biggest I've done so far. This is what it looks like. Sorry, let me just turn that Zwift music down. Anyway, so we've got some big 1 minute 40 blocks at 368 watts. I've upped the FTP to 273. Now, something Quentin said in one of Ed Laverak's chats was don't be afraid of failing some of the sets or some of the efforts. So that's what I've done. I've upped the FTP a bit, and because I have been completing most of my sets, I thought maybe I'm not pushing hard enough, and you guys have commented that I can still breathe in the 30-30 sessions. So what I'm going to do is just raise the FTP, see how we go, and those 1 minute 40 blocks at 368 are going to be tough. And worst case scenario, I just turn it down to 90-something% on the little scaler thing on the left. Yeah, let's see how it goes. 1.5 hours. Yeah, let's head to the Up Zwift. I guess this is kind of like race pace efforts because it's a pretty quick start with those up and down jumping blocks of 370 watts. And then it kind of starts to settle down, which is perfect of a kind of little race simulation of what a Zwift race might be. I don't know how much that counts for, but let's get into it. It's going to be an hour and a half of hell. The effort pretty soon. Just about 40 seconds until that. Feeling pretty nervous. I'm not going to film it, just going to see how it goes. And then see if I can for the next one. But it looks very tough. 1 minute 40, 370 watts. Right there. Ooh. Alright, so I completed the 4 sets at 1 minute 40 at 370 watts. But unfortunately, I just couldn't hold the power for the 27-minute block at 220. So I've skipped to the cooldown, the hard red block, and I guess that was the main focus of the session. But yeah, so I've taken the decision to skip through that last bit and not ride myself into an absolute brick wall, so I can get recovered for tomorrow's session. So just taking it easy, 95 watt cooldown, and we'll end the ride in 3 minutes. And also, I don't know if you can hear, but my Wahoo kicker is rubbing, I think, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. And my gears are a bit clunky as well, so I'm gonna have a look at that. Yeah. On the bright side, at least we clocked up over 1,000 meters of climbing, and I'm actually still pretty happy that I completed the really hard 1 minute 40 sets. Even though you might think from the outside you failed the session, and that's all that matters. I think the 27 minutes in the green zone was probably subordinate and less important than the reds. So yeah, not as bad overall. Just coming to the end of the session till the end there. Alright, there we go. There's the end of the session. Not too bad overall. At least we still got some stuff in the green at the end there, and it wasn't all put to waste. Yeah, so yeah, 9 out of 11 there on the stars. 203 watt average. And let's have a look at the critical power to see if that 340. Yeah, not quite a new best, but since it was repeated, that made it extra hard. Anyway, I'll catch you for tomorrow's 30 session. I might turn it down to 90-something%. After today, we'll see how I slept and recovered after. have a quick check of the Everesting challenge, and only 6,694 meters until we get the Tron bike, so that's about a week longer, maybe, or just over a week until we get the Tron bike. Been working hard on that for a while, but actually I'm going to just upload the session now and see what it says in the training plan, because I haven't completely failed the session just yet, so let's check that out. For a few weeks, so this is the plan if you're new here. This is what the plan looks like. These are the individual days telling me what I've got to do. Today was this, so a hard 8 out of 10 or 8 out of 9 RPE, probably out of 10, and that should have been an hour and a half. It wasn't, so view session, and then we can try and upload the ride. Hopefully it'll come up. Alright, no data found, so it's just taking a minute to come up. Alright, there we go, there's the actual session. How did I sleep the night before? To be honest, I'm going to give it a 3. There's some crazy lunatic shouting outside, so I had to shut the window and I woke up in the middle of the night. So that might have been part of the reason why I couldn't complete it. Energy levels, 4. Pretty average, but not great. How I actually feel, yeah, I'll give it an 8. And I'll put my sleep at 8. 7.5 hours. So, yeah, there we go. That's what the session looks like. So it's gonna tell me I've undercooked myself. I think that's what it means. Because I didn't meet the required time. Yeah. So unfortunately, 76. Not great. But yeah, I'll catch you for tomorrow's ride. Alright, today is still Saturday. And the reason it is still Saturday is because we're not training and it's not Sunday. Because I've got a special delivery. And as you may have guessed, or may not have, it's another fan. So let's get that set up and work out where it's going to go. Probably get it fit just there. So, alright, welcome back to another day of training, guys. So we are doing another 30-30 session. I've done this every week for the past few weeks. It's going to really help build my top end power, and it's going to be good for the power I can hold in crits, which is the racing you do as a youth or junior rider. So let's head to the Zwift and get sprinting. 2 blocks of 5 sprints each at 370 watts. I might have to turn that down depending on how I go, because I don't want to burn myself out and finish the session early like I did yesterday. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, let's head on to the Zwift. Hopefully it's good weather. Right, so it's 10:15 in the morning, obviously, on a Sunday. Haven't trained in the morning for a while. It's nice to get up and not just stay in bed all morning on a weekend. Actually train and feel like you're doing something. And nice to have a bit of a change, because I've been training in the afternoon every session for the last few months, I reckon. So, yeah. 30 seconds till the first set of sprints. I've lowered it down to 97%, just to make it a little bit easier. Probably going to stick at that for the whole session. We'll have to see. But yeah, I think that's a good level. Anyway, here we go, 15 seconds. Alright, just under 20 seconds to go till the next block. I've upped it to 98% from 94, I think. So now they're at 360 watts rather than 355. Probably crank it up to 100% for the last block, but I'm just going to see how this goes. Here we go. For the sprint, should be fine, should get through it quite nicely. Just over 20 minutes to go total. Cranking it up definitely helped. I'm getting a bit more out of it then, in that way. Just past 700 meters elevation. Yeah, there we go. Smooth paragraph. Didn't have to cut it short like yesterday. Pretty happy with that. Critical power is not going to be that interesting. Yeah, how would give these guys 4. So, let's have a quick check how we're doing for the Tron. Wow, okay, so just over, well, 5,750 meters to go. That's it. So probably get there at the end of next week or week after. Anyway, without further ado, that is the end of the video. If you did enjoy, please give it a thumbs up. Really, it helps out with the video and with the channel. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. And yeah, I'll catch you for the next one.